Welcome to another episode of the CenterCirclePodcast, top one Nigerian podcast for all things football, ladies and gentlemen. As always, I'm your host, Patrick. I'm here with my guys, football fanatics, Male Chappie Chase, star of our pod. Let's not play. Let's not play. I do the introductions, Chooks is here, and then I'm here with Chooks as well. Chooks, what's up, bro?
I did alright, man. How you doing?
You don't suppose they're alright.
Yeah, should calm down.
Congratulations on winning your
Bro,
FA Cup. Please. You had a bad season, but you won something.
On behalf of the people I know who support Manchester United, I collect that handshake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't get sense of it. You know it's coming for you, but go on.
Why are you taking his hand?
Shake the hand of somebody who don't win something. You know the matters, man.
Making
shake the hand.
Okay.
So,
I feel you.
Oh.
Let's read something real quick. Let's read. First topic on the podcast.
Yeah.
The season is over.
Mm-hmm.
Right, we're going to get into the international football in a bit. Euros is coming up, and we can't wait for that. But club football, just barred Champions League final, which we will get into. Club football is over. Now, here's my question. We all know who won the Premier League, Mancity. We know who's been relegated. We know who's coming up. Blah, blah, blah. The point is, apart from Man City, who would you say has had the better season amongst the teams who didn't win the Premier League this season? I'm going to put that question out there and ask you guys. Chuk, start now. Answer your question first.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know why you. It feels like what's it called? Patrick and Shappy Chase came here with some sort of agenda today.
Agenda?
Yeah, an agenda, but yeah, I'll just answer your question straight up. Certainly, the team that had the best outcome as far as the Premier League is concerned, is Arsenal. Apart from not winning the league, if you talk about some of the best records that any team would have had this season, Arsenal had the best records. Arsenal had the best coach of the season. Arsenal, shout out to Mikel Arteta. Arsenal had the best goals of the season. Arsenal had the best keeper, best clean sheets in the season. Shout out to keeper David Raya. And generally, it is I feel like it's a consensus among believers and the haters that Arsenal had a very, very improved season from what it was at the 2022-2023 season. So yeah, it's a very straightforward answer.
You know what I love about how you answer that question?
it is actually 2023-2024. Guy, you don't even forget.
It's the smile on his face as he's talking.
You gotta go through a lot.
On his face as he's talking.
Gotta go
So
through a lot.
Chappie, tell me, what do you think? Who would you say?
Well, the most improved side in the Premier League this season.
That's not the question.
What was the
Who,
question?
apart from Man City, what team would you say had the best season in the Premier League?
Okay, the best
Amongst
season.
the teams that didn't win.
I'll still give it to Arsenal. No sentiment. I'll give it to Arsenal because, I mean, they've been the side that actually wanted to play football and try to win something.
Facts.
They wanted to win the whole tournament they were playing for, the FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Premier League, Champions League. But we all saw how it panned out, and it wasn't so great. So
Wasn't so. Oh my god! I feel like this guy is just being sarcastic.
So, but anyways, they're the best side anyways. I have to give it to Arsenal.
Okay, cool, fair. I love the quote unquote objectivity. Let me give my answer. First of all, let me start by saying, because it's necessary to say this, because I saw on social media some of you guys came for me. Some of you guys, it seems like you don't even pay enough attention to know my name, because I get called the guy in black a lot. I wore black again today, so you can stick with the narrative. First of all, let me start by saying this, that I actually like Arsenal Football Club. Like, I like Arsenal a lot. One of my favorite players to play the game. In fact, when I was a kid, my best player was an Arsenal player, Thierry Henry. That was my best player growing up. Like not just the way he played, but the swag. The guy was very, very like he just apart from football, he looked like a man that I would like to be like. I loved Thierry. So I actually like Arsenal a lot. So and I would say this that in the Premier League this season, apart from Manchester City, Arsenal have been a very, very good like they've been better than the rest. So
Shout out to objectivity.
shout out to Arsenal Football Club.
Shout out to objectivity.
Yeah. But that's as far as the pros will go. I'm sorry, man. You guys have to like really take in stock with the cons. Maybe my question was a bit misintroduced because I said who was the best team apart from Mancity in the Premier League. Maybe what I should have said was what was the best team in England because I'm not strictly speaking just the Premier League. Now here's the thing, right? Be it as it may what Arsenal did, here's my vibe.
Villa.
What?
Villa.
Villa?
Yes. Aston Villa.
Aston Villa?
Yeah.
No, like Arsenal. I'm still talking about Arsenal. Not Aston Villa.
Okay, but if you no, the question you asked was
Oh,
the best
like in
the best-
England,
like in the
aside
Premier League, like in the top 4. Because what I wanted to answer, I wanted to say Aston Villa when it comes to what they've done. I mean, going to the Champions League, qualifying for the Champions League is huge. It's a huge feat for them. I mean, that is to me that is bigger than whatever Arsenal have achieved this season.
Whoa.
Yes, to be very honest, Aston Villa, they are not, when it comes to financial status, when it comes to management and everything, they are not on par with even Newcastle. They're not on par with Arsenal. They're not on par with any of the big 6 or the big 8 or whatever. But look at where they are now.
True.
They qualify for next year's Champions League.
True.
So I think if you're going to make it a bigger, like if you are going to like increase the circle of that question and just embody all team in the Premier League and say which is the most improved. That's why I said the most improved side.
Okay.
I wanted to say Aston Villa, but when you said the best team in the Premier League,
Yeah,
I said,
yeah,
but
okay.
when you said the most improved side, like the team that actually blew everyone off their feet, to me, I think it's Aston Villa.
I mean,
without a doubt.
I agree. I agree with Chappie Chase on that one. I mean, think about what Aston Villa has done this season. I mean, thinking about Aston Villa, you could say Aston Villa technically snatched the Premier League away from Arsenal, right?
Aston Villa.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
Aston
when they
Villa,
lost.
yeah,
when
yeah,
they
yeah,
lost, exactly.
snatched
True,
that
true.
loss at the Emirates. Of course, home and away losses to Aston
Villa.
Villa. You could say had played a very, very important role in deciding Arsenal not winning the league. And of course, just talking about how much the side has improved. We know where Aston Villa was the previous season. They barely survived relegation, if I'm not mistaken, and they played terribly last season. And to see them become fourth this season with almost no new additions to their squad. Shout out to players like Oli Watkins. Shout out to even the keeper Martinez and the rest of the lads at Aston Villa. I think they really, really gave it their all, and it's a testament to their position in the league. Yeah. So in terms of improvement, right? You obviously would put Aston Villa in the conversation.
Yeah, right up there. I mean, shout out to Unai Emery. I noticed you didn't mention his name. I was going to like point that out, but shout out to Unai Emery because what you said is actually factors. Like Aston Villa participating in the Champions League next season. I don't think I've seen it in my own personal lifetime. I don't think in my lifetime I've seen Aston Villa compete in the Champions League. So that's definitely something nice to see. And if we're to say most improved side, if that's a compliment we can give a team, I think last season you would probably say the most improved was maybe Arsenal.
Yes.
Given that wherever they were, and then come.
No, I would disagree. I'll say Newcastle.
Newcastle.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe. I mean, I'm not really like keeping track of that. I will say why I don't keep track of that in a bit, but I think that if we start thinking about things like most improved, we definitely have to talk about Aston Villa because what they accomplished this season, for a club. I mean, you're competing in a league with Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea, United, Liverpool, and then you qualify for the Champions League. There's something to be said.
Let me put it in context. Aston Villa literally just did what Newcastle did last season.
Yeah.
If you're keeping it the back.
And we were very, very. A lot of people were not shy to praise Eddie Howe and his team and what they did last season, qualify for the Champions League. So massive kudos to them. So I mean, so let's switch gears and something else that happened in England, the FA Cup final. Now, why? Now, the last episode on the podcast, I will raise my hand up and say that I was proven wrong. Actually, I've been probably the most vocal person on the Central Circle podcast to talk about my disbelief or lack of belief in the United team, lack of belief in the United manager, lack of belief in more than anything that they would beat Mancity in a competitive final. I didn't see that coming. I was willing to bet that I wouldn't see that coming. I was willing to bet my house that wouldn't happen. But fair enough, Manchester United did beat Manchester City in the Wembley final for the FA Cup. Fair, square, 2-1. United are the FA Cup champions. First of all, let me get you guys' thoughts. Did you watch the game?
Yeah, I saw a couple clips. Didn't actually watch the game because I thought it was going to be like
A landslide, yeah?
a landslide,
I'm sure
like
you did.
an easy ride for City. So I was actually just chilling somewhere. You know the matters now. It was a weekend. So United City. I said, nah, City will win this one. There's no need watching an embarrassing United side again. We've had like 38 times they played Manchester United this season in the Premier League, and then they lost 14 times. So
Yeah.
wait to come make me walk up with the watch them
Bro.
for final. I just saw, I tried this somewhere, so I just the now just the trio. But then I saw 1-0 United. Mistake. City will definitely come back. 2-0.
Sure.
No, matter don't they change you. Then that was when I got interested. That was when I actually started watching the game. Because when I saw the 2-0, I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed in the fact that what I expected wasn't happening.
Thank
So I
God
said,
you
let
didn't
me.
bet.
So I said, okay,
Yeah.
let me just switch and see what's going on. And then I felt United held their ground. They didn't want to get bullied. They made sure they were not bullied by the City team. And they got the job done. Even though Doku scored an amazing goal and they thought they were going to have a comeback. But not be everywhere person go, they come back.
True.
They go Wembley, they don't come back.
They don't
no
come
trophy. So,
Where do you get all these your quotes from, this guy?
nah, normal.
Chips, did you watch the final? What were your thoughts?
Just like Chappie, unfortunately, I didn't watch the match live, and it wasn't because I didn't think it was a good game to watch. Interestingly, two things. I was busy that day. Plus, I thought the game was, for some weird reason, I thought it was Sunday instead of Saturday, so I didn't pay a lot of attention to it. But speaking about the game itself, I have been able to watch an extended highlights of the game after and ah, I mean, no one expected that result, right? But for the Manchester United team, I feel like they from the beginning of the game they were resolute in what they wanted to achieve, and what did they want to achieve? They wanted to keep the profile of Manchester United still intact. And what I mean by the profile is, I don't think in the last how many years Manchester United has been this ridiculed.
Yeah, this is actually statistically
Yeah,
their
statistically,
worst
their
season
worst season
in Premier League.
I don't know if it's a lifetime, but um, we can all agree that the team has suffered a lot of ridicule this season, and that match was literally the only um, way they could redeem any sort of the old glory that we've known Manchester United to have. And yeah, they were able to prove that day. I don't know whether it's by miracle or by the um, orchestration of the universe, but whatever happened that day, Manchester United won. And against the run of thought by um, global observers
Yeah,
and
against the
anybody,
holders actually.
yeah, anybody watching that game, I'm sure the punters and all of other people would have be smiling to the bank for those who bet who placed the bet for Man U to win. Nobody expected it, so I would have think the odds would have been very high for a Manchester. So shout out to everybody that does betting, because I believe that they cashed out that day. I saw a couple of people post their betting slips that day. I'm like, yeah, you guys do have some level of courage.
A friend of
Trust
mine,
me.
a friend of mine actually
You know,
did the,
so
Maybe I should start.
so
No,
it was, like I said, against the run of thought. And shout out to Manchester, because that's literally, it didn't just save the season for Manchester United, it saved the reputation of Manchester United in the last, should I say, decade?
No, not really a decade. United won the FA Cup in 2016.
My brother, see,
but we'll
2016 is 8 years ago.
Yeah,
right?
8 years ago.
I'm not saying, even when they won the FA Cup, we all, at that time, Manchester United was still not in its strongest. But this year it has been, or this season has been it has been a catastrophe.
Yeah, it's a
you know.
season.
But this particular match, like I said, is that game that has sort of like helped Manchester United to, will I say, remain relevant.
And that's what winning a trophy.
That's the
will do
truth.
for you.
I mean,
that's what winning a trophy.
hey, come
will
on,
do for you.
come on, don't go there.
Don't
Don't
tell
go-
us where. Don't even tell us where we
I
go.
didn't say
Don't go
anything
there. I
Maybe you
know.
go tell
I didn't
us
say
where we
anything.
go.
Patrick,
I didn't say
Chappie
anything.
Chase. I know.
I didn't say, but if you want me to talk, I'll
No.
get there. But
We must get there. Oh.
Chappie, what did you want to say? Because I saw you raise your hand while he was talking. What was it you wanted to say?
I just wanted to say one thing
Okay.
for sure, and that is, yes, United won. It was a great game. They won against City, but something came to my head.
Yeah.
I said, a team like United that played awful all through the season get to win the FA Cup,
The FA
and then there's another team that we know
that we know.
that played awesome football throughout the season,
Yeah.
and they have to try again next year again. After how many years?
Mm.
You understand? I remind you, kudos, shout outs to United, and at the same time, let us remember Atalanta too. When Atalanta won Liverpool, for example, I just want to state this. I mean, just want to put this into context. When Atalanta won Liverpool in the Champions League first leg,
Europa League.
Europa League first leg, quarterfinals, I said something. I said, I've never seen a team outclass Liverpool in a long time. The way they outclassed Liverpool in that game, I couldn't see anything. They won 3-0. The second leg, Liverpool scored a penalty, and then we were outclassed again. Those people were their defensive pattern was just so awesome. They were picking each player. They make sure that each player had someone with them. Yeah. So we couldn't even pass the ball to anybody. Liverpool couldn't pass the ball to it. So you understand? But guess what? They dropped Liverpool from the competition and they went on to win it. United, on the other hand, in the FA Cup, they dropped Liverpool from the competition and they went to win it. That means if the two winners or the two
the people who went on to win
it had to drop Liverpool. Liverpool didn't have a bad season anyways, even though they won only the Carabao Cup.
Liverpool didn't
It
have
means
what?
Sorry,
it means
I'll let you.
it means okay now. Yes, we could have.
Yeah, you could have done better. in the
Yes.
season than
I'm not.
others.
Yes, I'm not. But I mean, for winners, potential winners, to drop your team off, it means that your team is actually a bad guy.
Fair.
So for you to beat the bad guy.
What I would say, is Chappie Chase, you need to be studied. You are some sort of, because the way you've managed to rope Liverpool in,
I don't understand.
in that tight space that no one really saw, no one was even thinking that way. Chappie has found a way to construct and maneuver,
And that is why.
No, I applaud it.
Yeah. And I'm like, yo,
It's a skill.
yeah, it's actually
It will take you far in life because
far chop.
it's incredible.
Nigga.
Okay.
It's incredible.
You know, when anything I
Now,
understand. That's what they make us laugh at the best.
Now let me finish off on this particular topic before we move on to other things. There's something Chappie mentioned, and it's really so. Here's the thing with football. Why we all love football, even though you may not know subconsciously, but the reason we all love football is that at the end of the day, football is a very simple game. It's a very simple game. The game just says the team that will win is the team that puts more goals in the back of the net than the other team. That's all football.
Simple.
You are free to construct how you want. Some managers like to be counter-attack. Some managers like to play tiki-taka, possession, total football. Anything you want to do. But my own rule and regulation is that for you to be the winner, score more than your opponents. And then we now go further on to say that, okay, if you score more than your opponents across a season and across a number of different competitions, then you will end up with a trophy.
Yes, so.
This is how we quantify. You see, the thing with football here is that there is no award for most improved.
Yes.
That is a,
it's a way of licking your wound.
It's a thing for us, right? So it's for us to go, okay,
he tried.
Misimproved. Okay, he tried. Okay.
Award for best he tried.
Okay, who created the most chances?
Best he tried. 2023,
who had the most passes in the season? Okay, who finished it? And then let's bring it to league football. In the World Cup here, let's start. In tournament football, they play a game to decide third place. Do you know?
They play a game.
They play a game to decide third place.
Yes.
If you compete in the World Cup, a match is actually played to decide who's third place. And they give a medal. It's like, okay,
bronze.
We give you this for coming third in this competition.
If
you lose a final, they give you a silver medal.
Yes.
Obviously, the winners get to hold the trophy, be it the World Cup or whatever.
Yeah.
You know who they don't give silver medals to? Second place in the league.
In the league, yes.
No.
You've forgotten.
Next season is going to start. Mancity are going to start with a gold badge on their sleeve.
Uniform.
Arsenal are not going to have. There's no silver badge.
See, let me explain Arsenal to you. Arsenal be like thick girl, all those plus size girl. They always want you on top. But after a very few times,
they can't last long.
They'll come down.
2 minutes.
Then a man will come you on top.
Do the actual work.
Why sitting a Man City?
So actually,
Man City. You see the matters now. Arsenal. And he there for up, but later he can't tire, he can't come down. Man
City.
He dey see say na reason. He dey reason. So knowledge won't kill you, no worry.
No, because here's the thing now. Now at the end of the day, we've done all the leg over has been done. All the snake bites. All the step overs, all the crossbar, all the tiki taka, all the season has finished.
Wait till you carry.
Who win Premier League? Man City. Who win League Cup? Liverpool.
Carabao, Liverpool.
Who win FA Cup? Man
United.
Champions League no be Arsenal go winner. Europa no be Arsenal go winner.
Arsenal.
We go just talk see and try. So last bit of the podcast today, let's quickly touch on Champions League. Right now. Champions League final, every the clubs that qualify at least for Champions League football, everyone wants to end up in the final. Centerpiece, showpiece, event, Wembley Stadium, Real Madrid, Borussia Dortmund. We've spoken multiple times on the podcast about all the tales and subplots that goes on. I want to ask final opinions because I believe that production, the next time we will have this Center Circle podcast, the Champions League final would have been played by then. Correct? So or not? Thank you. Correct. So the next time we will be here, the final would already be played. Bros, Chappie, I'll start with you.
Okay.
Who is winning Champions League final?
There's only one team on everybody's mind. But I mean the upsets that have been happening. We've seen the upsets in the Europa League. I mean, I'm surprised we've not said anything about that. We've seen the upsets. You understand? The Atalanta that defeated Liverpool came and destroyed the unbeaten run of Leverkusen. So I think this is the season of upsets. So, but at the same time, Dortmund pulling up another upset is against Real Madrid, the founding father of the UEFA Champions League. Is going to be the greatest odd that will ever happen in football. Well, I wish them good luck. I actually wish Dortmund will win it for Marco Reus and for the fact that they just have to win it. I mean, Madrid having 15 of these trophies insulting to other teams. It used to protest. It used to carry banner enter streets. Because why would you have 15? The second place has 7, which is AC Milan and Bayern Munich. So you have like 5 No, you have like 6, 7
7 actually.
ahead of those ones currently. So if you win 15 now, it will be 8 ahead of 7. Guy, you know the sweet now they see. Bro, you know funny, bro. You come like say Lole Madrid they go Champions League. Omo, bro. You dey painful, bro.
Truth, what do you think?
I mean,
That's what happened that they full of laugh. When they crack down, they laugh. That's what happened that they full of laugh.
Choose which they ask now what the Champions League.
You see man at once, you don't finish.
I'm going to speak about 2023 2024 season.
I said
UEFA
today,
Champions League.
I will cook una, don't worry. What seasoning, now I go use cooker like you not go rest. You not dey wine.
See, I mean, shout out to everybody that has played at the Champions League. Some people will not come there next year.
Okay.
But,
Some people will not win the next year.
That's a nice comeback.
You know, some people will not come there next year. So, at least they don't even have a chance to get an extra whatever to what they have already before. You know, so it hurts them. It feels like it hurts them the most. But God will help everybody.
Go help everybody.
Yeah. Predictions, right?
Yeah, Dortmund, Real Madrid.
Real Madrid. So yeah, like Chappie has said, there's it's been a season of upsets and stuff, and maybe the universe will be expecting another upset. Another upset being that Real Madrid may lose to Borussia Dortmund. Personally, I don't see that happening, right? But since we're in the time of upset, I will not be surprised, right? But all odds favor Real Madrid to win. They're the masters of this, not just the Champions League, but the Champions League finals, right? And that's why they have won it 14 times.
Real quickly. Chooks. In a word, who's winning the Champions League final?
Real Madrid.
Real Madrid. Chappie.
Real Madrid.
Real Madrid. Ladies and gentlemen, I concur with the thoughts of these two guys. Real Madrid, I don't see a situation whereby, I mean, they've won it 14 times.
14.
But I don't think that they go to that final like thinking about, not winning it or thinking about, we've already won it 14 times. No. Real Madrid, Toni Kroos, Vinicius Jr., Jude Bellingham, we spoke about, they're going to. So, I mean, I expect a Real Madrid, I'd be very, very surprised. Beyond surprised.
I'll take it. I'll actually take it if Borussia Dortmund wins.
I mean, it'd
Like
be
I
something.
said, for the fifth time, it'll be a happy
If
ending.
Dortmund win the Champions League, if they won't play the Super Cup, maybe they allow Arsenal if they play the Super Cup. Because at least my brother get what you go win for Europe.
Oh my God.
But here's it.
Like, if they play Super Cup, not
one
even the Club World Cup.
One day, we're going to have the Central Circle podcast. I'm going to have a discussion on who's actually big teams. Because it's something we don't talk about often. Again, remember I said I like Arsenal. But we have to start, talking with respect when we're talking about football. Because if you're a team, you've won the Champions League, I don't know, 6 times, 3 times,
Yes.
14 times, 7 times. There are teams that have not won this thing at all. Or it's not one or they've not seen this thing to win.
You see what I
Wait,
talked
is it
about
possible
the
to make person
agenda?
laugh with sign language?
You see what I said about the agenda? I'm just gonna sit pretty.
You know the thing, like I don't really pay attention to some of the.
I want to laugh in
Yeah,
sign.
having
I don't
fun,
make you hear me. They
I
laugh.
don't
I
really
want
pay
to use
attention
sign
to some of the
language.
derbies in England, but I know that like Arsenal and Chelsea have this rivalry thing going on.
Yeah.
And you have some conversations like, how is there even a rivalry?
When
like,
one person is
because
scattering the other person.
London is red. How now? Anyway, we've come to the end of the podcast. We'll go to the questions and answer part of the podcast, the part where I ask these guys questions and they displayed their intelligence or their knowledge of football or their ignorance. So again, today we're going to start with Chooks. As usual. So, Chooks.
Yeah.
First question. David Beckham won 6 Premier League titles with Manchester United. Is this true or false? Before I answer the question, very quickly, we'll be doing first to get to 5. If we do, first to get to 5. So, David Beckham won 6 Premier League titles.
False.
False. Incorrect. David Beckham won 6 Premier League titles with Manchester United.
I thought it was 5.
It's true.
Okay, let's go.
Chooks, Cristiano Ronaldo scored.
Chappy,
Oh, sorry, bro.
Anything else now? No, they can't come as I beg.
Chappy free.
If I do, I get happy ending.
Cristiano Ronaldo, Jesus Christ.
No, they put me for everything. They get happy ending. I beg.
Cristiano Ronaldo scored over 100 goals in the Premier League for Manchester United.
Yes.
True. Correct. True. Cristiano Ronaldo scored 84 goals in his first spell and 19 goals in his second spell, totaling 103 by the end of 2024. Correct. 1-0. Next question. Frank Lampard is Chelsea's all-time scorer in the Premier League. Is this true or false?
False.
Wrong. Frank Lampard is indeed Chelsea's all-time top
And the only legend be that now.
in the Premier League.
Not Drogba?
Not
For what?
Drogba.
Drogba. Manny get go pass on Premier League. No disrespect, Manny. No, you like that.
We're not talking
Chappy.
about
Yes, sir.
Wayne Rooney holds the record for the most goals scored in Premier League history. True or false?
Is he mad? Why? Shearer don't die. Hurricane get stroke.
No need. False. He is second. Alan Shearer holds the record. What was going to happen is, please, this is an open letter. It's not a letter, it's just a verbal thing, but I'm going to put this out there. Please, we're taking applications, CenterCirclePodcast. If you see our posts on YouTube, if you see our posts on Instagram, we're taking applications. Please, any woman that sees Chappy as attractive and thinks that she would like to help him lose his virginity, please apply. Because this man is not doing anything with his life other than watching football.
No.
He was
studying today.
Moving on.
He was studying today, remember?
It was studying.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
was studying.
I'm a nerd.
Next question.
I actually
Chooks.
got that question right, so I have 3 now.
Yeah, you have 2 now.
3.
Is it 3?
Yes, 3.
No.
It's
2?
2 now.
2.
Okay, 2.
Thank
Okay.
you,
Okay,
production.
I think I answered
Moving
his
on,
question. That's
2.
right. No,
2.
I answered one of his questions, so I
2.
thought it's.
You're studying, don't they make you?
But,
Anyway, moving on. Question.
Okay.
Eric Cantona played for both Leeds United and Manchester United in the Premier League. True or false?
Cantona didn't play for Leeds.
that's a lie. He played
That's-
for Leeds. He plays for
That's
Leeds.
false. That's
He plays for Leeds.
That's
He
false.
plays for Leeds.
He
plays for
that's
Leeds.
true. I mean, Eric
plays for
Cantona did
Leeds.
play for Leeds. Chooks. This question.
He has failed 3.
This question.
Put it out there.
He has failed 3.
Yes.
He has failed like that. And
Hat trick of 0.
It's concession.
The same way Arsenal
concession.
played 4. Oh my.
The same way. Wait, don't worry, we'll get to 4. Don't make the joke yet. Let it land.
I'm waiting. I have enough in my head now. I'm
Next
preparing
question.
ones. Yeah,
Ryan Giggs has the most appearances in Premier League history. True or false?
that is false.
So who has the most appearances?
This guy that just retired recently. I forgot. I think Barry.
Okay.
Yeah, Barry is the person.
Wrong. The correct answer is that Ryan Giggs actually does have the most
appearance.
Yeah, most appearances in Premier League history.
Are you sure?
True. Take it up with production,
Hey.
bro. I don't know. I'm reading out questions. Your question. Harry Kane won the Premier League Golden Boot 4 times. Is this true or false?
True.
False.
That's false.
He didn't win it 4 times. Your question, if you win this, that's it. Mohamed Salah holds the record for most goals scored in a 38 game Premier League season. Is this true or false?
That is false. He held it in the 2017-2018 season, but now Erling Haaland won it last season.
Okay, you know the funny thing?
Yes.
You might actually get that right, but production tells me that it's true.
No,
That-
Haaland broke the record and scored 34 goals last season.
Just check it for me real quick.
Woo.
Erling Haaland
So I got
holds
it.
the record for most goals scored in a Premier League season. Ladies
So
and
I got
gentlemen,
it.
that concludes
That's
our
number 4.
contest.
But let's make it 5.
Is it?
I'll
is that
just give him
4?
it. Let him win one.
That's
at least.
5-0.
No, now it's 4-0. Now it's 4-0.
That's 5-0.
No, that is 4.
Production is 4.
Yeah, that's 4.
You guys. Okay,
Yes,
you guys
yes.
are having
He has
fun.
failed 4. I have gotten 4.
You guys are,
So
you guys are
complete
having
it.
fun.
I am a Christian. I don't
Chooks,
do things like
Chooks,
that. Please.
I'm begging you, please. Didier Drogba has scored the most goals in a single Premier League season for Chelsea. True or false?
Ask the question again.
Didier Drogba has scored the most goals in a single Premier League season for Chelsea. True or false?
True.
The answer here is false. And that concludes the contest with
So I got all 5.
Chappie winning all 5 of his questions, or getting all 5 of his questions, compared to Chooks, who got only 1. So, I mean, it's actually quite ironic because Chappie gets 5 answers, Chooks gets 1, which is kind of like very interesting when you consider the fact that Mikel Arteta spent 5 years at Arsenal and has only 1 trophy to show for it thus far. Isn't life full of very funny
This violence you are
ironies?
spreading. It's
Very,
much.
very
I mean,
funny.
so today is you guys' day on the podcast. I just allowed you guys to have fun, do your thing.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And shout out to production for allowing these guys to have a very, very wonderful
ladies and gentlemen,
And by this, I bring.
See, we gave you an opportunity. We gave you an opportunity to win something today.
Podcast.
You are representing Arsenal to win something today.
Our viewers, shout out to
Our producer here
Shout out to my co.
is not even focusing on us. He's not happy.
Peace.